it's about doing whatever you can, and that was a moment where I had to get in the way. So obviously, not long after a big goal by Carter, obviously for us to need the W, and it was a great feeling last night for sure.
Left side, third row.
I have one for each of you. I'll start with Eric. You were on the Carolina team in 2002 that went 7-2 in overtime during the playoffs. This team 7-0 in overtime. What's that secret that you guys have cooking right now? Is it just clutch players, or is there something else going on here?
Well, hope there's something else going on. Obviously we do have shooters. We've got guys that can score. We got guys that are comfortable in a situation where they can, be asked to bury one. We got guys that have some game-breaking ability, and when you have that in your lineup, he takes one quick look, and obviously saw that, last night, but we saw it over the whole course of the playoffs. There's guys in our room that are built for moments like that, and there's hopefully some more ahead here as we continue on.
I keep forgetting you weren't on the 0-2 team. Sorry, but
that's okay.
Radko, how you feeling? We obviously were a big question mark going into Game 3 whether you would go in, but Paul confirmed. But how are you feeling after last night's game?
Great. It was a great team effort, great team victory. So it always helps to spark the little bumps and bruises when you win. So I think the positivity today, and the trainers did great work with me. So I'm feeling pretty well.
Right side, fourth row.
Sergey Feldman, NHL.com International. Question for Eric. How close do you guys feel like you are to your best game, and how necessary do you think that brand of hockey will be to show up on Game 4?
Well, you're after your best game every game. The bottom line is you need to win. It doesn't matter how you do it. You just need the W. And last night we were able to accomplish that, and huge test and response for us tomorrow again. So, I liked a lot of our game last night. I think we felt as a group more connected and more towards the style that we want, and ended up with the right result. Obviously, we'll continue to look at things to get better and improve on, and be excited for a great opportunity here at home again in this great building tomorrow.
Back right, fifth row.
Greg Wyshynski, ESPN. Radko, Eric just mentioned that overtime record that you guys have. I was wondering if you could tell us what the vibe is like in the locker room before overtime. I mean, you guys have been so successful. Is it just like crazy confidence? Is it quiet? Is it loud? What's it like before overtime?
It's definitely not quiet, that's for sure. But no, I think throughout the season, we had a pretty tight second half of the season. So everybody had to play in a situation where there was a must win or no mistakes really allowed, but it also gave us the chance of knowing that we can make those plays in those crucial situations. And I think everybody is confident with going in the overtime, but I don't think it's just the overtime. Everybody's confident going into any period and any shift they have, but it especially showed in the overtime. So I'm really grateful for that, and guys are showing up in the right moment, and that's what you want to have on a team.
Front left.
Question for Eric. Occasionally there's a discussion whether regular season overtime wins should be worth less than a regulation win. But in the playoffs, do you think they're worth more because of the emotions that are involved, not just for your team, but the other team?
Yeah, I think whether you win or you lose, no matter which way in the playoffs, it's about, refreshing and resetting. So, for us, obviously, huge emotional win, coming from behind, huge goal by Chucky, getting a chance in overtime to get a big kill, and then ultimately come out with the win. So emotionally, supercharged, momentum for sure, a little bit there with us, but also it's a reset. We get today to recover and get our minds right for tomorrow, because nothing else matters behind tomorrow when we start the game. So, I think for sure there's a confidence in that ability and what you have, and but regardless in the playoffs, however way you win or lose, you restart for the next game.
We'll take 3 more questions. Front left.
Radko, Tom Galati, NHL.com. last night, I think the hits were way down for a team. Your guy obviously hits a lot. Like Coach Maurice talked about maybe not being as physical. Do you still have the go-ahead to play the same way as you always played, or has there been like kind
You
of?
can't tell Goody not to hit.
That's the point. Like I mean,
No, I did not been asked specifically this question, but yeah, it is a quick game. I think we still played physical. We still had a lot of bumps on it. Maybe not as forceful hits as they were before, but they were still pretty solid. You know, it's we're trying to stay as physical as possible throughout the whole game. So it's not a message to play physical or not physical. If it's there, then yes, take it. If not, then just don't get out of the way to get thrown out of position. So I think there's a smart way of looking at the physical side of the game as well, and I think we're all learning that as we play and continue, and learning from the mistakes and not making them again is it's huge for us. So yeah, I can't say there was said there's don't hit anybody.
2 more questions, right side, third row.
Radko, this is for you too. Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Is there some takeaways that you guys can bring into the next game from the penalty kill in overtime, what you guys were able to do there in terms of limiting them after their power play had obviously been quite successful in the game and has been in this series?
Yeah, we do that every after every game or before every other game that starts. We review the last one and prepare for the next one. So in the series, you always go around the things you've done and learn from it. You go over it with your D coach and or penalty kill coach, and everybody sees what the tendencies are. And I think it's getting harder and harder, you know, as the series go on to surprise them with something new. So yeah, it's a learning process, and we saw them 3 times now, so we have a pretty good idea of what their tendencies are, and just be smart about the things that they're trying to do and that they're doing. So it's a progress to get better and better every game.
Last one, front right.
David Dwork, WPLG and the Hockey News. Eric, just as a guy who's not only won a Stanley Cup, you've been with one franchise for a long time, and you've also had a front row seat to the Panthers. What do you think this means to guys like Sasha Barkov and Aaron Ekblad, who've been with this team for so long, to finally get here, not only with the franchise, but for their careers?
Yeah, massive. You know, that's, I guess, me speaking for them, but I know you can feel the importance of this and the moment that they're in. Huge parts of our team, obviously leaders of our team, been here through thick and thin, through some down times, obviously trending upwards, and with the hope of capping it to the mountaintop. So special for them. Fun, I'm sure, to feel the energy and the atmosphere in this building, and even just the area and being out and about. It's a cool time to be playing hockey down here, and it's a great energy and atmosphere. And for those guys that have been here the longest, it for sure means a ton. And for all of us and for them, you just want to do whatever you can to get the job done, to really feel that ultimate feeling at the end.